Supreme Court affirms Delta Speaker Sheriff's right candidate for PDP in Delta State. Nigerian Customs Service dismisses over 2,000 workers for corruption. People advised to take precautionary measures against illnesses associated with rainy season to avoid lots of health disorders. On the foreign scene, India destroys 100 million COVID-19 vaccines in sports. Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen to lead Napoli attack against AS Roma. Details coming up shortly. Good afternoon, welcome to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. I am Bright James. Our first report this afternoon is from the judiciary that the Supreme Court has affirmed Delta Speaker Sheriff as the right candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Delta State. Delivering the lead judgment, Justice Tijani Abubakar also dismissed the appeal of David Debie for lacking merit. The Apex Court upheld the judgment of the Court of Appeal delivered on August 29th this year. Meanwhile, the federal government has asked the Supreme Court to set aside the October 13th Appeal Court's judgment, which discharged and acquitted the leader of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. The notice of appeal, which was signed by the Director, Public Prosecution of the Federation, Mohammed Abubakar, Senior State Counsel G. Nweze, Department of Public Prosecution, Federal Ministry of Justice, and Assistant Chief State Counsel D. Akaswe and A. Loko, contained 7 grounds of appeal against the appeal court's judgment. The President Muhammadu Buhari-led government is also seeking a stay of execution of the judgment of the court presided over by Justice Jumai Sankey, pending the hearing and final determination of the appeal before the Supreme Court. The federal government noted that the IPOB leader posed a flight risk following the earlier judgment. The government faulted the appeal court's stance that how the separatist was brought back to the country from Kenya can vitiate and weaken the criminal charges of treason, treasonable felony, and terrorism filed against him in 2021. Away from that, the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service (NCS), retired Colonel Amir Ali, has said the service has dismissed over 2,000 workers in the last 7 years. Ali, who featured the media briefing coordinated by the presidential media team in Abuja, said the service abhors corruption and has zero tolerance for such officers. The NCS boss said, in addition to losing their jobs, some of those found wanting had been prosecuted and jailed. He said many of those sacked were found to be shortchanging the NCS in its revenue drive, especially on the duties tax that should accrue to the organization for imported vehicles. Ali also said some importers found to have engaged in sharp practices which had infringed on the activities of the service had been suspended or prosecuted. He therefore reiterated his commitment to ensuring excellent services in education. The West African Examinations Council (WAEC) has said its new digital certificate will eliminate fraud. WAEC's head of national office, Patrick Aurego, announced this in Lagos at the launch of the council's digital certificate platform. The HNO said the certificate is the electronic version of the physical paper certificate, with a special focus on the elimination of fraud and easy accessibility. Oregon assured all that as from December 2022, certificates for West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination will be available on the Council's digital platform. He added that the development is in line with the Council's continuous efforts at meeting global needs by using cutting-edge technology to improve candidates' experience. Back here. The 2023 Senatorial aspiration of immediate past PDP National Legal Advisor and PDP candidate for Akwa Ibom North West Ikot Senatorial District, Barrister Emmanuel Enoiden, received a massive boost yesterday with a solidarity and endorsement visit by the Akwa Ibom students community. The students, who were led by Comrade Etienne Friday, also had in attendance a conglomeration of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Ikot Central District Worldwide President, National Association of Akwa Ibom State Students, Akwa Ibom State Female Students Association, Akwa Ibom State Children's Traditional Rulers Council, and the College of SCG President and student stakeholders in Akwa Ibom State, setting the tone for the gathering. Comrade Oborevwori noted with delight that Barrister Inoidem as the next senator for Ikot Central District would be of huge benefit for Akwa Ibom students community, and pledged the total support and solidarity of the students to his senatorial ambition.
You must make sure that this community gave you a maximum, and that is why when I brought this topic to you, you expressly approved this meeting, and you told me to make sure that the entirety of the students community has been carried along in this meeting, because we know that if you go to the National Assembly, you're not going to speak only for Ikot Central District, but you're going to be a senator for Akwa Ibom State. You are going to be a senator that you are not known for any failure. So even this one we are going for, I know very well that this is a win-win-win for us. And let me shock you, sir, that this community are here to endorse you and to tell the world openly that we are with you. And we will translate this endorsement to our respective unit and work to make sure that you become. And 5 over 5 will become. I want to say, yes, I'm very proud to identify with you and to take up this mantle of leadership as director in student movement for your support.
Also speaking, the essay to the governor of Student Matters, Comrade Akwawo Clifford, said Inoidem as senator come 2023 provides the surest way for the students to witness leadership growth and rapid political development.
So your antecedents and your track record is very open. A lot of people have said beautiful speeches. They have commended your work and track records. I just want to reaffirm that this is a man that you are sure he will go into the Senate, to the Red Chamber, bring back the dividends, work directly with the community, as he has done by appointing one of our own first. He did not even start. He brought back a non-comrade to say, come and lead the charge for the next election. And you have shown us that you award excellence, and Oborevwori represents excellence. We are happy that for the first time in Akwa Ibom, we are sending the very best of brain to the National Assembly.
On his part, Akoko Udom said the 2023 Central aspiration of Barrister Inoidem is the only way the youth of Ikot Central District will have hope and faith in a glorious future, and pledged the total support and solidarity of the students' community to his aspiration. Addressing the gathering, a former SA to the governor of Student Matters, Comrade Otoba Aquila, said Inoidem's Senate's ambition is the students' ambition. Responding, the senatorial hopeful Barrister Inoidem said the future of Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria lies in the quality of students and the educational sector, and challenged the students to use their intellect to change the narrative for a better tomorrow. He regretted that since 2015 all economic indices in Nigeria are in the negative compared to when President Jonathan was in power, and urged the students, being the future brain box of the country, to use the indices in their discussions and mobilization for the PDP as they head into the campaign. He promised to reel out his blueprint on Tuesday, October 25th, 2022, when he will officially flag off his campaign in Ikot. Meanwhile, a high point of the event was the presentation of a communique of endorsement by Ikot Central District Students Leaders Forum to Barrister Emmanuel Inoidem. Now to health, where people have been advised to take precautionary measures to avoid illnesses associated with the rainy season, which can invite lots of health disorders and can hamper the efficiency of daily work and lifestyle. Speaking with Planet News, Dr. Chinawa Elijah said that it is essential to be aware of common infections that prevail during the rainy season in order to take fast steps in response to such problems. He noted that common illnesses that reoccur during this season are mostly related to respiratory, water, and foodborne diseases. Elijah mentioned malaria as the most common illness that comes with the season.
We are in the rainy season, and there are some health challenges associated with the season because of the weather and all that. I want us to understand that because of the season, you see that there are bushes everywhere and flooding here and there in different parts of the country, and this provides a breeding site for mosquito. The commonest thing we should talk about that is common in this season is malarial fever. So it's important for us to be aware of malaria being common in this season, and also other food and waterborne diseases like typhoid. Another thing you can notice here is upper respiratory tract infections, flu, and cold, with early intervention can be taken care of. But when it is poorly managed, can be complicated to lead to other things that might not be desirable.
Further, speaking with our correspondent Isaiah Udo, Elijah talked on measures to be taken to avoid illness associated with the rainy season. He mentioned hand washing as one of the ways one can use to prevent such conditions, adding that the diseases can only be prevented by taking conscious precautions. Elijah advised that people should enhance proper health-seeking behaviors by seeking early medical attention from qualified hands.
People should be encouraged on regular and routine hand washing exercise. You will be surprised how much sickness can be prevented just by keeping our hands clean. But in the tropics, you see people seem to be a bit careless with hand washing. Before you know it, hand goes to mouth and one gets infected. It's encouraged also for people to sleep under insecticide-treated mosquito nets. We should encourage ourselves to adopt healthy lifestyle of exercising when necessary daily. Encouraged ourselves on dieting. It's not just going to eat refined or preserved food. Let's go back to natural food and then having time also for rest and recreation. With this, we'll have less incidence of diseases that will require emergency intervention.
You're listening to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Let's take a breather and then bring in more stories from our foreign sports and entertainment scenes to stay with us.
Locked in core values. Planet 101.1 FM, Luyo.
Being with us now on the foreign scene, Indian vaccine maker Serum Institute of India (SII) has said it had to dump 100 million doses of their COVID-19 vaccine after they expired. According to CEO Ada Punawala, the firm stopped producing Covishield in December last year due to low demand. Reports say the SII, the world's largest vaccine maker, has been making the local version of AstraZeneca's Oborevwori jab. According to the Federal Health Ministry, India has administered over 2 billion doses of COVID-19 vaccines. More than 70% of the Indian population has taken at least 2 doses. In sports, Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen is in line to make his first start for Napoli since his return from injury against Roma on Sunday. Napoli will take the trip to the Stadio Olimpico to face Roma, and many have wondered who will lead the line between Osimhen and Giacomo Raspadori, who was in fine form when the Nigerian international got injured. The Italian stood up to the challenge, scoring 4 goals in Osimhen's absence. However, Osimhen has made an amazing return to the team, coming off the bench to score in both games since his return, completing the scoring in a 4-2 win over Ajax and scoring the winner in a 3-2 victory over Bologna. According to reports, Napoli manager Luciano Spalletti has already decided Osimhen will lead the line. Now to the entertainment scene, where Nigerian Afrobeat singer Adekunle Gold has received a branded Manchester United jerseys, specially customized for him by Adidas. The father of one shared a video on his Instagram story showing him when he took delivery of the jersey, which had the inscription Tio Tequila. He celebrated the gift, which came as his favorite club Manchester United beat Spurs 2-0 in the Premier League. It's been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. But before we go, a recap of the major stories. In the news, we told you that the Supreme Court has affirmed Delta Speaker Sheriff as the right candidate for the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Delta State. Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, retired Colonel Ahmed Ali, has said the service had dismissed over 2,000 workers in the last 7 years. People have been advised to take precautionary measures to avoid illnesses associated with the rainy season, which can invite lots of health disorders and can hamper the efficiency of daily work and lifestyle. On the foreign scene, we told you that Indian vaccine maker Serum Institute of India (SII) has said it had to dump 100 million doses of their COVID-19 vaccine after they expired. In sports, we reported that Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen is in line to make his first start for Napoli since his return from injury against Roma at the Stadio Olimpico on Sunday. For comments and coverage of newsworthy events, call our newsroom direct 012-770-2940. That is 012-770-2940. Visit our website on planet101fm.ng and follow us on Twitter at planet_101fm. You can also like our verified Facebook page at planet101fm. The news was edited by Jane Owaswendrish. Remember that for success, attitude is equally as important as ability. I am Bright James. Good afternoon, and thank you for listening.